Fish on Fridays, I'm Al McCauley, and today I want to talk to you about one of the most influential early church fathers. Now, church fathers is a term we use, it's an umbrella term to collectively refer to these men who gave great contributions in the very earliest days of Christianity, just after the apostles lived. And I'm talking about a guy named Polycarp of Smyrna. Now, Polycarp, what a great name, huh? Just love it. Polycarp of Smyrna. Smyrna is a city which today is called Izmir. It's in present-day Turkey. And Polycarp's going to live from roughly 69 AD to, and he's going to die at about 155 AD. So we're talking about somebody, again, in the first century of Christianity. We remember him every year on February 23rd, and he's just a powerhouse of an early church father. So let's look at him a little bit. He's one of the very few of the church fathers that I mentioned that we still have their writings, that they still exist, that they survived. And because of those writings, we have a great insight into what the early church experienced and what they believed. And so he, among others, but he in particular, Polycarp in particular, provides this link, this bridge, if you will, between the apostolic age and the patristic age. So what does that mean? It means he's going to link the teachings of the apostles to the church of his own time, the church of the fathers, the church fathers. And what does he rate? How do we know that means anything? Well, there's several things that we can point to that give him authority, if you will, in his writings. Number one, he quotes quite liberally. He quotes from different Gospels like Matthew and Luke, and liberally from Acts of the Apostles. So what that tells us is he has a very good grasp on what the Bible is saying long before it's even compiled in the way we understand it today. It was oral tradition. And so it kind of legitimizes both the Gospels and his own teachings. Another reason he's very influential is that he was a disciple of John the Evangelist. Now, John the Evangelist is going to be the longest living apostle of Jesus. All of them die a martyr's death except for John, the beloved disciple. Tradition tells us he's going to die probably within the last decade of the first century, so between 90 and about 100 AD, 90 to 100 AD, right around in there. And so Polycarp is going to hobnob with John the Evangelist. He's going to learn from him. He's going to hear the stories of Jesus firsthand, what it was like to live with this guy. So imagine how exciting that would be. So Polycarp's like this second generation Christian then. He's the generation that follows immediately after the apostles. And it's based on his understanding of the Gospels and Acts, based on his relationship with John the Evangelist and everything he'll learn from them, that he is going to understand the gospel enough that he can argue against several false teachings, several heresies. He's going to defend, for instance, the incarnation, that God became human. So many people back then wanted to say that Jesus was human or divine, but not both. And he's going to say God became human, that Jesus is both human and divine. He's going to defend from heresies that say Jesus never rose from the dead, and he's going to defend the resurrection. I mean, these are things we take for granted today. The fact that God became human, Christmas, the incarnation, and the resurrection, Easter. We take them for granted, but back then, when Christianity is just really getting sifted out and trying to be understood and spread and everything, it's amazing how heresies popped up, false teachings popped up to discredit those particular beliefs. And so Polycarp of Smyrna is just going to be instrumental in making sure that those are solid, rock solid foundation beliefs of our faith. Eventually, he's going to run into some problems with people who don't agree with him, don't believe in him, and who want to persecute Christianity. And so he's going to be burned to death because he refuses to renounce Christianity. But again, it's important to look at his legacy of writing and what it's done for us in terms of defining not just what it was like in the early church, but also defining our faith that has stood the test of time for almost 2,000 years since his life. It's just crazy when you think about it. His death is the oldest authentic account of a Christian's death that we have on record. We don't know who wrote it. It's an unknown account, but we have this old account, this old document that tells us about how he died, that he was burned to death. And one of the quotes that he said when he was faced by his tormentors to denounce Christ and to praise Caesar instead, I just love this. He says, "If you think I will swear by the genius of Caesar, then you don't know who I am. Hear me clearly, I am a Christian." And I think, wow, what powerful words. What great fortitude. What deep belief he must have not just in Christ, but in the afterlife to be with him, to be able to say, hear my words, I am a Christian. I think in our own day and age of how Christians are persecuted in terms of, being made fun of and things of that nature, am I willing to stand up for my faith? Am I willing to have that strong conviction in what I believe? Just a remarkable example, Polycarp of Smyrna, good guy to get to know, and if you want to investigate more, to do more research on. But wow, just a powerhouse, and what a gift he has been to the church. So again, every February 23rd, we remember this great man. So if you'd like to share this content, that'd be great. We'd love that. If you want to follow us on Facebook or subscribe to our YouTube channel, that'd be great as well. But either way, we hope you keep tuning in every Friday for Fish on Fridays. Until next time, please be good to each other, and God bless.